Hello, this is my video provocation for our Theory of Architecture class of Monday, April 10th. We are going to be discussing the environment today. And I want to start by asking you to understand how deep in our consciousness is the issue of separation between human beings and the environment. The myth of creation that all three major religions of the West share, Christianism, Judaism, and Islam. The myth of creation says that the first men and women were expelled from a garden because something that a woman did, some temptation. Now, compare that with other myths of creation. For instance, the North American myth of creation is about a woman that fell from the sky with three seeds, and she fell on the lake. She was rescued by a turtle, and that turtle allowed her to get some mud from the lake and plant the seeds on the back of the turtle, on the shield of the turtle. So Native Americans in the North America have the three sisters, corn, beans, and squash as their main agricultural products. Compare the two myths of creation, and you understand how deep the separation goes. It goes deeper than what we discussed before about René Descartes and the rise of abstraction and the separation between mind and body, between mind and nature that happened in the 17th century. Now, I have my little stories, and today I want to tell you a small story just to help you start this conversation. I like Native American architecture. I've been discussing other concepts, alternative concepts to judge architecture, to discuss architecture. So a few years ago, like 6 years ago now, 7 actually, I was invited by a professional magazine in Brazil to write about a Native American group that was building in the traditional way. They were rescuing traditional knowledges. They had young architects working with them, but they also were working with very experienced carpenters, because they basically build on wood and thatch and other fibers. And they were rescuing this knowledge and building new buildings and building communal houses, etc. So first I said, okay, I can write about them, but I can't go there. I'm here in Austin, Texas. How can I go to Pernambuco and talk to them? And they said, no, no, no. The leaders of the community have cell phones and they have WhatsApp. Let's just schedule a phone call. So I called when we exchanged contacts, and I called them, and I was talking to the leader of the community, the cacique. His name is Chicão, and the group is called Chucuru. So I was talking to cacique Chicão, and he was explaining to me how important architecture is, how important this knowledge is, how he gets to get the whole community involved in building those communal houses. And this is very important for them to rescue their traditions, etc., etc. And then he said, and by the way, the architect, Lula Marcondes, told me that I need to tell you how I choose the site. And I said, okay, how did you choose the site? Tell me. And he said, I follow the traditional method. I woke up before sunrise, and I looked for the ema. The ema is a bird from Brazil that is like a small ostrich. The ema doesn't really fly. It runs like something like a road runner, but bigger than a road runner. Imagine something bigger than a road runner, smaller than an ostrich, but in between both. The ema sleeps on some low trees, on the branches of the trees, pretty much like chickens sleep on branches. And so he chose the site, the traditional method. He woke up before sunrise, and he went for a walk until he saw the ema coming down from the trees and starting to look for pasture and little buds and little animals in the grass. That's how he chose the site. It's the place where the ema lands. So the site where the ema lands in the morning. I finished the call. I had my notes. I was thinking about writing the article, and I thought, I can't write this. I mean, how can I explain this to fellow architects? I don't have the vocabulary. I have the concepts. I was completely at a loss. So that's my story for you to start the conversation today. I hope you have a good 2-hour conversation about those readings. Viveiros de Castro is very intense. Fritz Steiner, was our dean here before. Have fun with the text, have fun with the conversation, and I will see you next week during your final reviews. I'll be around and I'll see you during the reviews. So enjoy our last meeting. I'm sorry I can't be there, but I will see you soon next week. Ciao.